Happy birthday, TV.
Thank you.
Thanks
Much
for making time for us. I would have got a cake, but I would have eaten it, so it's probably better that I just
yeah.
say the
I just got back. I had my doctor's appointment yesterday. So.
Oh yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, doing good. Healthy.
I was just say you look like you've never looked out. You've yelled at me a few times. And, I'm not in shape, but you look like you're.
I'm okay.
All right.
Smoke and mirrors.
Oh.
Smoke and mirrors.
I can imagine DB in the doctor's office.
I need to smoke what you're smoking then. I mean,
can you imagine DB like collected to the doctor? Let's try that again, Doc.
Yeah. No.
Maybe on the shade, right?
It's totally smoke and mirrors, though. Like, inside, sometimes it feels okay, sometimes it doesn't. More times than not, it doesn't.
We've been doing a lot more video stuff, so like, I did one about like, the places you go to eat in the springtime when you're around here, like, jumping jacks and whatnot. So they sent me the video afterwards, and I'm like, oh dear God, don't let me near jumping jacks.
No,
don't let me near jumping jacks.
Absolutely.
All right, DB. So of course, first round draft pick by the Giants. So Capital Region loves you for that. First time we met, I'm like, dude, you played for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Now the Raiders going to Vegas. So what? Like when you hear that, what do you think?
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Like as a player, like you've seen the black hole up and close, and you guys were a good team.
Yeah.
So it's not like the last 12 years before, where
you know what though? Here's the thing, and I hate to say it, but it is true. I heard what Mike Greenberg said. It is a flight. It's a flight from Oakland to Vegas, and I've done that flight many times. Depending on what time of the year, you leave at 5, you get there at 5:05.
Time goes backwards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? Those fans will come. They'll be there. But I guess it's still what it takes away. I mean, is the Oakland Raiders. It takes that. I'm not gonna say it's gonna really hurt the fan base, to tell you the truth, but. You know what I mean? That meaning that.
Well, you see people like burning jerseys and somebody added me to a fan group. I laughed because everybody's like threatening to kill Mark Davis. Like,
yeah, okay.
Like, I mean, you saw that black hole up and close, and let's say they don't travel. Like, what are the Raiders losing when they leave Oakland?
They're losing. They'll be losing those fans. I can tell you right now, though, Oakland, the city, even though in front of everybody, we really don't want them leaving. But you know what? I bet that mayor's pretty happy when they read that bottom line. I was just reading where, San Diego Chargers, their credit, the city's credit has actually gone up.
Really?
Yeah. Shortly after they had announced, the Chargers announced they were going to Los Angeles, their credit rating has jumped up. Because it costs a lot of money, man. It's like, it costs the city money. It costs the city money. But also, too, think about this. It's not just, that stadium and the dollars that go towards, these municipal bonds and whatnot, but even on game day, the cost of running a stadium, security, it's concessions. There's a lot.
Traffic cops.
Yeah, there's a lot goes into it, other than that. But, Las Vegas Outlaws? That was the USFL.
USFL, right? What was the XFL?
I think they might have also been the Outlaws.
Same. They stole the name. I'm not shocked.
That's right. He hate me, right? Didn't he play for them?
Yeah. The Oakland Raiders overall, like that stadium, I think this is a concern Levack said about like the drainage and stuff like that. When you were playing, did you remember it like in comparison to other stadiums being the worst stadium in the NFL?
It was one of them because for one, you're playing football on a baseball field. All right, so even for the fan experience in that one corner by home plate, it sucked because it was just like weirdly shaped. And then also too, your footing sucked because when you're in the infield, you got to make sure you're wearing the right kind of turf cleats. And then on top of that, sometimes when that turf gets hard, or that clay's hard, sandpaper, yeah.
Well, and then like if you're wearing the right cleat for the infield, you're not wearing the right cleat for the grass.
Exactly. You got to find a happy medium.
So, I mean,
and it was old. There was times, during, where when baseball kind of overlaps with football there sometimes. I remember walking by, hey, some guys, some of the A's in there, right? They go by their locker room and then as we walk to the field. But again, that's also part of it. I mean, that was just like, what sucked to go to RFK. Remember RFK Stadium? that sucked too. I mean, especially to be a visitor. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, concrete floors, no carpeting. Matter of fact, a few of the team actually had to dress outside the locker room because you're up in like one of the, remember how it was shaped kind of like not a sombrero, but you know how it kind of went up?
Like bowled up?
Kind of like bowled up.
Yeah.
Well, the locker room was up in the corner. And you know, you're not going to be able, you can't, 6'5" guy can't stand up. And so they have to go outside and they had drapes, you know, they had a drape there. So you had to actually get dressed outside of the locker room.
That's bad.
That is insane. And I'm thinking about, like, now just dimension-wise, how a baseball field's built. Some of those stands can be really close to the field. Is the black hole right on top of you guys? So could you hear sometimes?
Oh, yeah. When you warm up, when you take a lap, warm it up, and they're down there. I remember when I was not a part of the Raiders, and I forget who was in front of me, and they were just ribbing it. They were giving it to him. But they were funny. I mean, it wasn't anything bad. And then I'm going by, no one said anything. All of a sudden, I'm like, hey, Brown, don't think we're not going to say anything about you, man. Don't think you're going to come by here and nothing.
Derrick Brown, man. Derrick Brown, first-round draft pick of the Giants, tight end for the Raiders, Cardinals, and Jags. There's some fear in the Raiders in the NFL. The NFL is now talking about possibly getting the Raiders out of there sooner because they have 2 more years left on their lease. So theoretically, they were kind of worried about 2019. Now there's talk that 2017 and 18 could be in San Antonio because they think the members of the black hole might be a threat to the players.
I was gonna say dump. We had to dump it. I'm gonna call BS to that. Okay. Only because. A threat. Come on, man. This is the NFL, right?
I'm like,
so put it like this:
we're about the same age.
Did we change Super Bowl 25 when we had a war going on with Iraq and they had snipers and helicopters over? Didn't affect anything, right? You know, the game went on.
Can you imagine what a player was done with to do like a Lambeau leap, though? That probably wouldn't end well.
No.
but like, all right, so like,
somebody's gonna make money on that deal. I promise you that.
right.
I promise you that.
We're close to age, so I don't remember when they left for LA. I know LA didn't care when they left to go back to Oakland.
I played against them in LA.
You played against them in LA? I see. Okay, so they were already in LA when you started your pro career.
Correct.
Then they went back to Oakland. That's when you went over there. So. Yeah, the LA, but that was a college football stadium. They didn't fit there.
Yeah, that was huge. And, quite honestly, I guess it was sort of bad then because the team was bad, but then it was funny because there was more fights in the stands than on the field.
So maybe they should be nervous. But I'm just saying, like, is there, your interactions with the fans, is there ever been a time, like, from the stands to you've been like, all right, I've got to be prepared for this guy?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because
like the black hole though, like, especially like where they are, even though they're right, I mean, behind the end zone, in that area. But I mean, they're diehard Raider fans,
right?
But they're also respectful fans, though. They're
not, they really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's name calling this area. They're passionate, no doubt. But you know what? They get it. Just like if an opposing team guy came out there, like if Barry Sanders had his, whatever run to get him, his 10,000 yard or whatever it is, you better believe they're going to be clapping for him because, they have that kind of respect. I mean, they're knowledgeable in football, brother. As you know.
I like to believe.
I hope the players are as knowledgeable about things that could move because guys like Khalil Mack, guys like Amari Cooper, you think you're an Oakland Raider, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm moving to Las Vegas. From a player's perspective, you find out your team's moving, and this is a whole lifestyle change. You got to move a new apartment, got to move the kids. How do players respond to something like this?
Well, the best thing that I think the Raiders could do is have a transition team basically come out and tell them, because actually when Jacksonville they did that. Here's the reason why you want to come to Jacksonville. Here's the number one reason why the move to Vegas for a player is great. No state income tax.
That's right. DB already knows. No state income tax. He knows.
And I think that
no state income tax.
I think that feeds into what I was going to ask you because, I mean, okay, so you do think about that when you're a free agent.
Oh, absolutely.
And on top of that, let's say you go to Oakland.
Yeah.
And you see the Coliseum. Mm-hmm. And now you go to Vegas and you see this new facility. Is there a chance the building itself could sway people to go, okay, I'm going to go play for the Raiders?
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, I think so. I think that, and the fact that they're not paying, not only are they not, there's no state income tax in Nevada. It's not like they're going there from, I don't know, Green Bay right, in their taxes.
Right.
They're going there from California.
right.
All right. The Bay Area.
Raises.
Dude, let
They're
me tell you right now, man. You know what? To be honest with you, yes, they're all getting raises. They're all getting raises. Yeah. Absolutely.
I didn't even think of that.
The cost of housing.
See, that's why you got to have an NFL vet on your show. That's why we need Derrick Brown.
God. The Raiders are going to call DB and be like, look, here's what you can now afford to get. Forget the apartment living, man. Go buy a house for yourself in Las Vegas, in Henderson or something.
That's exactly right. I'm telling you right now. Now that the kid, well, I say kid, you know what? They're kids. They're young. Right. The kid that was renting that, let's put it like this. 1998, right? I had a 2-bedroom apartment. It was 1,200 square feet, $2,400 a month. Exactly. Back then. All right. Now, guess what? Now, for $2,400 a month, I'm in Vegas. Right. I got a 5-bedroom house. Actually, you know what? It sort of happened. When I went to Arizona, right? I went from Oakland, Arizona. We rented a 4-bedroom house, like 3,000 square feet, $1,800, $1,700. Woo! From $2,400 to 1,200 square feet and a pool.
So what's the downside for the team? Like, is there I mean,
well, you know what though, it is a downside because you know what, it's the Oakland Raiders. Yeah. Right now, I got to say the Las Vegas Raiders. You're also talking about, you know, I know there's people that live in Vegas, been in Vegas for a long time. Right, you know, born, raised in Vegas, but it's not the same. Like I personally, I got to think Vegas is more of a transient type of population than Oakland is. You know, Oakland is a blue collar town, tough, you know, us against the world. You know, but they got a great deal there. I mean, let's face it, you know, with the raising the money basically for that municipal bond through hotel tax.
Yeah.
All right. Think about this. Even if you there's 100,000 rooms, right? Right. And we know there's probably more than 100,000 rooms. Right. I had say $1.
Right.
A night for each room.
You're not.
That's a lot of money, right?
You're not going to not go to Vegas.
No one, exactly. No one's going to feel that. No one's going to feel that. And I would imagine too, because they have all that water out there, right? All that hydroelectricity. I'm sure those electric bills are not going to be that bad either.
And that's not too bad. That's the one thing that we keep here. So we have this guy, Joe Fortenbaugh. He used to be in Vegas, and now he covers the Bay Area. So he's one of his things, like every time we get into it, there's not enough people, DB, there's not enough this. And at the end he goes, and where are they going to get their water from in 20 to 40 years? Because they can't pull it from the lake anymore. So, like, how long until Raider Stadium is Aquafina Raider Stadium?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Because they'll get the water there. If the people are going to be there, they'll find a way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Derrick Brown with us. It is his birthday.
Yeah.
Most
importantly, though, not most importantly, with the Raiders move to Vegas, and I'm sure some of my SPT brethren are out there listening right now. We might just be able to make this happen. Honey, I might have to make the Vegas SPT trip and make it a twofer. We're going to go see the Raiders play and going to play a little poker.
That sounds like a good birthday gift. I think someone triggered it in his mind, like birthday, maybe you could send me out there.
Exactly.
I see what you're doing, DB.
Yeah. I've been on the show doing, like, you know, trying to raise money to get me out there, you know, because I'm poor. And people have been coming up to me in bars and giving me money.
That's it, man. You got to start a GoFund. Hey, Better Life for Jeff Levack Fund.
That's right. Mr. Washington will help with your efforts. Just sliding those $1 bills across.
Right. Man, I'm trying to find my. I had like really sad music to play, but I can't find it. I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, I mean, clearly I'll join the poker tour for that one. I'll go with that one. All right. So you are a pro athlete. You were a phenomenal college athlete, and now you have children who are being recruited.
Yeah.
If you were a little louder, you could be LeVar Ball. Let's see what you think of him next.